It is Sunday, December 4th at 8:10 p.m. and I just got home from work. I officially do not have to be back to work until December 13th. I have been given a week of paid time off, which is great because I have so much that I need to do. I'd better get to it right now. It's December 5th, it is 12:47. I actually slept in until like 11 because that's what I do. I tend to become a night owl when I don't have to get up in the morning, so this week will be probably pretty bad for my sleep schedule when I need to go back to work next week. I just ran across the street to the church that's over there. I didn't realize it was a church until today because, I mean, I've lived here for 5 years and I just thought it was some sort of community center or something, but it actually has a church spire, which is a Pokestop, which an Aerodactyl was at. Aerodactyl. So I had to go grab it. As you can see, my time off is off to a banging start. In one of my previous videos, I mentioned that the aesthetic of my apartment is Hoarder's prequel series, so I'm gonna really try and get that to not be the case anymore. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, it is 8:40. It is Monday, December 5th still. I pretty much wasted the first 2 to 3 hours after I recorded the previous part, which I'm not surprised I did. And since then I have taken, I'm gonna say, 5 trash bags to the dumpster and 1 mini fridge. So sad thing is, I still have a lot more to go. Alright, so it is Tuesday, December 6th at 1:05 p.m. You can tell I'm wearing a different hat, so that's how you know it's a different day. Part of the reason I was doing all the crazy cleanup was because of this. This was a notice that was on my door that said that there would be an exterminator showing up for the cockroach problem. I've lived here for 5 years, and I've had roach problems on and off in that time, and usually I just get buy the traps from the stores where they, take the food and then they take it back to their hive and then it kills all of them. So I really don't generally have problems with roaches here, but in the last 6 months or so it has actually gotten pretty out of hand, and that was partly why I got rid of a whole bunch of stuff that was, well, here, let me show you. Right here I had like this giant box for like 4 years that was empty, and then the mini refrigerator that wasn't working anymore and hasn't worked for like 3 years, but I got rid of all that, and this is where they were all coming out of, so we'll see what happens now. But yeah, I just heard the landlord talking to the pest control guy outside my door, and so I was all like, oh, okay, they're going to be coming to me next, and so I was looking at the people, listening to them talk, and then the landlord was like, alright man, I'll see you, and he sent him away. So apparently he's not coming here today, so that's interesting. I guess that frees up my day. There are some things that I need to do outside of the apartment, so I guess I'll go do those. So I'm in my car right now, and as you can see, it is showing me my tire pressure is low. I also need to get gas, but that's another thing. Now, I can't just go to the gas station and put air in my tires like a normal human because of this reason. So this is my car. It's a 2016 Dodge Dart GT. I actually got it in 2015, so it was a car of the future at the time. As you can see, if we look right down here, the tires have these green caps on them. Apparently that means that they're filled with nitrogen, and not a lot of places can actually fill tires with nitrogen, so I have to go to the dealer to get them filled. This is something that I'm going to have to do more research on and ask them about, because there's really not that much benefit for day-to-day use of having nitrogen in your tires instead of just plain air. So it makes it kind of a pain in the ass to have to do that. So I went to the dealer to get the nitrogen for my tires, and they were like, "We can't do that." And I'm like, "Wait, what? Why can't you? Why do I even have nitrogen in my tires then?" And then they were like, "Costco can do it." So, all right, fine. I found the closest Costco. And yeah, I went up to the auto department of Costco, and the guy was like, "Yeah, here." And then he just set up the machine to do it, and then he just let me do it. Apparently it's free at Costco, so that's really great. I didn't think that was going to be the case, because I read online people were like, "Yeah, places will charge anywhere from $7 to $70 to do it." And I'm like, "Oh, this is going to be a hassle. Can I just get regular air put in these tires after all?" I mean, but yeah, Costco, apparently they do it for free, so that's really good news to have, because I mean, I don't necessarily need the nitrogen in my tires, but the fact that I don't have to pay for it makes it less of a burden. So good guy, Costco. So, a little thing about me, all through middle school and high school, I played clarinet in the band and in the marching band in high school, and however, recently I saw a deal on Amazon that included an instrument and the currently considered best way to learn how to play it for a rather cheap price, and I jumped on it, and that would be this right here, this nice Epiphone electric guitar. And so I just played around with it for like an hour, and I was already starting to learn stuff on it, so I'd say so far it's going pretty good, so we'll see what happens with that. It is Wednesday, it is 4:07 p.m. The screen on my camera is not showing me what is recording right now. I think it's because the battery on the camera is running low, because I haven't really been charging it when I've been shooting all this stuff, so I should probably do that right now when I leave. Since it is Wednesday, that means it's Comic-Donald's Day. That's the day that I go to the Comic Bug and get the latest comics of whatever series it is I am currently collecting, and then I go to McDonald's that's across the street. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, here we are at the Comic Bug. As far as I'm concerned, this is one of the best comic book stores in Southern California, and one of the main reasons for that is on Free Comic Book Day, which, if you don't know, there's a day every year where about free comic books. Every comic book store does it, and the publishers, they make specific comics to be released on that day and given to people for free, and there'll be guests in the comic book stores for special signings and stuff. And the Comic Bug, they got Stan Lee this year, so they are a pretty big deal in the world of comic book stores as far as I'm concerned. So I'm going to go in. There's only like 3 or 4 comics that came out today that I'm going to get. Hopefully no new DC collectibles Batman the Animated Series figures came out this week, because that's what always ends up breaking me. Alright, so there ended up being like 4 or 5 more comics that I didn't think of in my initial estimate of the comics that I was getting. Plus, yeah, this came out this week, so had to get it, because, well, you'll see in a future video why I had to get it. Alright, now it is time to go across the street to the McDonald's, because that is tradition, and then I shall be heading to the headquarters of my work, because every other Wednesday they have a video game night, and this is the last one of the year, so it's a special night. So I won't be filming anything there, because, yeah, just legally, I can't. Alright, it is still Wednesday, December 7th, and it's 11:42 p.m. I don't know if you've noticed when I've been doing these parts of the video that it's a little different. That's because I've been using the monopod instead of setting up the tripod to do it, since so much of this video has been indoors, outdoors, indoors, outdoors, and just kind of quick on-the-spot shots like this. I've just been using the monopod, and it seems to be working. That's why this arm is extended out. So when I was at McDonald's, I experienced one of my current pet peeves with them, which is, since they now have the breakfast all day thing, sometimes when you're ordering and you first pull up to the drive-thru or to whatever, they will ask, do you want breakfast or dinner, or breakfast or lunch? And I don't understand why they do this. I mean, this could be very off-putting for some people, and it might make them think like, oh, so I have to choose either breakfast or dinner, or breakfast... I mean, I've gotten like a cheeseburger and hash browns before, because why wouldn't you? It's great. It's amazing. You should try it. But I don't know what their thinking behind that is. Is it like, well, we got to make sure that they know that they can order breakfast all day, so just be like, hey, just remember you can order breakfast too, or something like that. Not this either or thing. Just mention breakfast. You don't have to confuse people like that. Anyway, stupid rant. Also, on another note, since I haven't been checking my work email, I didn't notice that the game night at headquarters had actually been canceled, so I went there for really no reason. I mean, I did see people that I wanted to see, because I always want to see them, but it's actually pretty far from where I live, so it was a bit of a slag to get there and then not have it, so it's not that bad. I mean, it got me out of the house. And also, I ended up going to Guitar Center afterwards, which was good, because I needed, well, hang on. I needed to get a stand for my guitar here, as you can see. I don't know where I don't know if I'm gonna leave it there. That doesn't really make sense to leave it there. And also I needed to get some picks, because I didn't have any picks. And when I was playing with this the other day, that was really difficult on my hands. That's it for today, so let's head on to tomorrow, which is Wizarding World Day. It's Thursday, December 8th, it's 3:30 in the afternoon, and this is happening. Let's go in. So if you buy a special wand and you look for these little spots on the ground, you can actually do a little motion that is on the spots and create things to happen. Let's see if I can do this. So yeah. It's magic. See that? The waffle floating. now we're gonna head over to the rides part. This is the line for the Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey ride. Normally it goes through all of this here, all the way around, and it's like an hour, but it appears to only be 5 minutes today. So normally I would do a single rider, just because you can walk right on if you do single rider, but this time I think I'm just gonna go through the normal line, because I haven't actually experienced what the inside of the normal line looks like. Still in Southern California. It's always crazy walking through a line system that's designed for like hundreds of people. And like hour-long waits, and it's only 5 minutes. Ducking off to the side. So they got rid of the 3D part of the what is the Harry Potter and the unlusting lover, whatever the heck it is. Apparently they did that like just last Friday, so I personally think it's better that it doesn't have the 3D anymore, because the 3D glasses would actually fog up about halfway through the ride and then you couldn't see anything else after that. But I was talking to the guy and apparently I'm the first person to say that, so that's weird. Okay, normally I don't like eating outside, but there's nobody out here, so that's perfect for my needs at this very moment. I have a chocolate trifle here, ooh, chocolate trifle, and then hot butter beer. Yeah. So one of the things I forgot to mention about the ride is that the 5-minute wait, that's actually just how long it takes to walk through the line structure, even when they have it shut off, like for no one waiting in line. It still takes 5 minutes to walk all the way through everything, so there was actually no wait. It's just, it's a long way to actually get to it. Oh, yeah, so. That is hot. That is hot. But it is a blast of butterscotchy goodness. I have now tried cold butter beer, which was way too cold, and the hot butter beer, which is not too hot, but it's pretty hot. I should probably just try the Goldilocks butter beer at some point. Alright, well there's one more thing I have to try in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter before I head into Universal proper, so let's go do that. Ahamura. Ahamura. It's worth a shot. So this was the last place I wanted to visit while I was at Universal today, and that is, if you've ever looked at my YouTube page, home page, and you look at the header, there's a panoramic picture. It's actually from this spot right here. There's this golf course here. The most important thing is, right here is Warner Brothers Studios, and you can see the water tower that the Warners live in right there. Actually, no, I think it's here. It's hard to tell in this image. Here. Alright, let's do one quick lap around Hogsmeade at night. Alright, it's time for part 2 of Wizarding World Day, which is I'm at the Sherman Oaks Galleria, and I'm about to go see Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So I'll see you after the movie. So I've reached the end of my Wizarding World Day, in which I went to Universal and then went and saw Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which actually turned out to be my second favorite magic movie of the year, right behind Now You See Me Too. Wait, what? Right behind Doctor Strange. And it is at this point that I'm actually going to cut this video off. I do technically still have 4 days left in my vacation, but there's something kind of special that I want to do for the remainder of those 4 days, and that would be more suited for its own video instead of tacked on to the end of this already 22-minute video at this point. So I hope you enjoyed the look at my week off from work so far. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you want to see the second half of this and what I end up doing with the remainder of the 4 days that I have, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and you'll get a notification saying that I have posted that, which will be next Saturday. And if you'd like to help out, feel free to head over to my Patreon and give whatever you'd like, because every little bit helps. Every dollar I get is a dollar I didn't have yesterday. And with that, have a good however long it is until you watch my next video. I wonder if I can